Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
We have a big block of ice. We have a guy with a chainsaw. We have samples of chili. We're in downtown Qualicum Beach in front of Quality Foods. Can you guess what we're talking about on today's edition of Go? The Parrot Refuge struggling to pay hydro bills. A look inside the automotive program at VIU and SOS is now in Qualicum Commons. There is a whole lot of really great stuff happening in Qualicum Beach. We're going to share some of it with you over the course of the next 30 minutes. That's Mike Rebar. He's carved almost everything. We're going to talk to him about carving ice later. We're going to taste some chili, all leading up to the Fire and Ice Street Festival taking place here in Qualicum Beach on May the 2nd. But we're starting off with a ribbon cutting.
So today we're doing the official ribbon cutting and opening of the SOS site here at Qualicum Commons. So about almost a year ago, we made a commitment with the school district in the town of Qualicum Beach that we were going to bring programming to Qualicum Beach. And so today is the realization of that dream. And today we have our family room open, our preschool room open. We've got volunteers in the reception area. So it's really about a fully functioning and welcoming space for community and community programming.
That ribbon cutting and the new home of SOS at Qualicum Commons is right around the corner here in Qualicum Beach, 744 Primrose Avenue. We're going to start things off today not too much farther away either at the World Parrot Refuge, keeping the costs of that facility met and doing the fundraising it takes to house all of those birds is a constant struggle, and they're facing more challenges now with the increase in hydro rates. Here's Kelly Robinson. Mike Rebar is a sculptor working in all kinds of mediums. Today we're focusing on the topic of ice, of course. Have you ever carved a parrot?
I have, actually.
You have?
I have. If the egos don't work out, they quickly become parrots.
Excellent. So these are the tools that you work with. They look pretty heavy duty. What do you use them for different effects that you're going for?
Mostly for removing material that I don't want in my piece. And the bigger the saws, the bigger the material I will remove. I do that first, and then I go to a smaller tool and remove the smaller material, and then I'll even step down to a smaller tool, and then we just keep stepping down. As we want more detail, you'd use a lighter tool.
Right, and not always electric. As you get more of the detail, you start hand carving.
Yes, you can use files, you can use a lot of things. Anything that works for you with ice is a go. So.
Now, as we're standing here talking, it's melting. Are you anxious at all that your medium is changing with time and that is going to make it harder for you?
I am changing the plan as we're speaking, and it's melting, and it's just part of the ice. That's what you do. And I'm going to work the top, and I was going to do some cut throughs lower on, but I think I'm going to pass on that today because it is melting quite quickly.
Okay, so if it's harder, colder, you do more cut throughs.
We do more cut throughs, and we're working inside of a freezer. We could do more cut throughs and do more details. When you're on a show, you have to go fast. You have about 2 hours and it's over. Right. So you tend to slack off on the details, try to do more bulk work, and survive the 2 hours outside.
I'm going to go back to working in a freezer.
Oh, okay.
That's your usual working environment, is inside a freezer?
Well, yeah, because you could do it for 2 days. So you can do a lot of detail and take your time, and you're not in a rush.
What's the most elaborate sculpture you've done in ice before?
In ice? Oh, geez, right here, the QF logo.
Oh, good answer, good answer.
So, it's hard to say. I think the most difficult things I've done have broken.
Right, of course. And then it's just done. And then it's just...
Well, no, then it's plan B. And you put pieces together and you just come up with something. And at the end of the day, so you have something to show the people. So it is. Be prepared to change your plan.
Now you work in a lot of other mediums besides
Yes.
ice. What other things do you do?
Well, I love to work with stone. Obviously, it's the hardest and most stable. But
it doesn't melt or break on you, although it does break probably.
It does break, but not as bad as ice. I also do a lot with the sand carvings, and anything goes. I've done styrofoam, driftwood, so wax. just plaster, so just the list goes on and on and on.
And people can check out your work on Facebook, and you can drop by your tent at the Fire and Ice Street Festival taking place here in Qualicum Beach on May the 2nd. We'll be back with more after a short break.
Still to come, affordable automotive repairs pair well with VIU. Plant hunters from outer space at Milner Gardens and Todd and Derek are back on the clock.
Hanging out in Qualicum Beach today. Lots going on in this seaside community. That's the Old Schoolhouse Art Center, and they have lots of musical events. One coming up is a jazz cabaret, April 25th, 7 o'clock, featuring Karen Graves, vocals, saxophone, and flute with Ron Hadley. You can get more information through the Old Schoolhouse. While we were out in Qualicum Beach today, we decided to stop by Milner Gardens and Woodland to find out what's going on there.
Well, earlier this week we had our students from our visual arts program out here, and they did a great setup. They're doing their annual display here, and this one is called Plant Hunters from Outer Space. So the story is that there's a collection of robots who left their galaxy about 50 years ago, had a few problems along the way, had to repair themselves, and they've landed here for the summer, and they're taking the opportunity to go through Milner Gardens and just see what type of plants we have that they may want to take back. So it's a great showing of all sorts of wonderful creations from the students.
Plant Hunters from Outer Space running all summer at Milner Gardens and Woodland. It was a busy place there today. They are preparing for their busy season. Students from Vancouver Island University's Horticulture Technician program were replacing a wisteria arbor that was originally installed by Veronica Milner way back when. They are there working on their landscape construction training, and we're more than happy to have our Shaw TV cameras capturing their hard work, their teamwork, and you can be sure to check out their finished project in the coming weeks the next time you stop by Milner Gardens. Still on the topic of Milner Gardens and Woodland, they had their annual spring plant sale, easy for me to say, coming up on April 25th and 26th. You can go online, get all kinds of details, www.milnergardens.org. We're kind of on the topic still of Vancouver Island University. While some students are focusing in on horticulture, others choose automotive. Here's Derek Johnstone. Kevin Berry is with the Fire and Ice Street Festival invading Qualicum Beach on May the 2nd, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We know there's going to be ice carvers. How many?
There's about, right now, 10 to 12 confirmed, and we're hoping for more. So the more the better, of course, and we're going to have some great carvers. We've had great carvers every year, and of course that's going to be the same this year.
Excellent. Okay, so give a highlight, a profile overview of the event for us.
Well, of course, the Fire and Ice Street Festival features our ice carvers, as you can see in the back, a host of community kitchens that are providing us with some great chili for our chili competition.
That's the fire part,
That's
right?
the fire
That's
part,
the fire
yeah.
part, okay.
And of course, traditional with the festival, we've got great entertainment coming, and our headliner this year being Jerry Doucette from the Doucette Band, going to be here from on stage around 12:30 to 1 o'clock.
And it's a really family-oriented event. There's a bouncy castle and a kids zone. How many people come down, and what is the vibe like?
It's unbelievable. Last year we estimated 3,000 to 3,500 people on the street themselves. And if we get nice weather, weather gods, of course, we could probably see up to 5,000 people this year with the bigger entertainment that we have, and more attractions, including a magic show from Mr. Michael Behrens from Shaw.
Right, and then full disclosure, you volunteer with us at Shaw TV as well,
Yes,
working
sir.
on the show.
Yes, I sure do. So we're happy to have Shaw and of course Michael here to help us out for the day as well, for the kids.
Now the judging, as far as the chili competition, is pretty serious. I know that we tried to influence Michelle Stilwell, MLA, a little bit last year, and this is some pretty serious bragging rights on the line for these restaurants.
Yes, it is, and I'm not going to tell you who the judges are, but I think Michelle is going to be back, so we don't have any influences this year. But I think Michelle is going to be back again this year to help.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, now there's a website you can get full details. Plan your day around it. May the 2nd, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. www.fireandicestreetfestival.com. We'll be back with a whole lot more from the Oceanside area after a short break. That chili looks amazing, and if you were here, you would also know that it smells absolutely fantastic. I'm going to get myself a little sample from Quality Foods in just a moment. Quality Foods has taken home several trophies from the Fire and Ice Street Festival, and they change their recipe every year just to keep everyone on their toes. We're going to move from chili to music now. Just a quick mention and a little bit of a shout out to the Sweet Adelines, also called Heart of the Island, or as they like to refer to themselves as Hotties. It's a group of competitive chorus singers, all women from Chemainus right up to Qualicum Beach. They're looking for new members, and they're currently preparing to compete in Surrey on May 1st and 2nd. And in order to prepare themselves, they hold a bit of a family and friends night that is also a dress rehearsal. That's taking place on April the 22nd, 8 p.m. at the Lanceville Legion. If you'd like to find out more about Sweet Adelines, go online, www.heartoftheisland.org. I think with all that talking, I need some sustenance. I'll have some chili. Awesome. You getting lots of feedback, lots of good comments?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she says. Lots of people liking this. So while I indulge in some award-winning chili, I'm gonna send Todd and Derek out looking for a clue on Clocked. Awesome, thank you. Very good.
Good.
I think there were some recent upgrades as well to the Italian fountain. That brings us to the end of this edition of Go Island. Almost. A couple more things to mention before we sign off. The Hub City Cinema Society is hosting their annual showcase that takes place next Saturday, April the 25th, Malaspina Theater at VIU. Doors open at 6, films begin at 7 p.m. There are 15 films, including a new one from our very own Todd Jones, who you just saw in Clocked. You can get more details on this event, hubcitycinema.ca. One more thing, a little shout out to the Career Center in Parksville. They recently hosted a hiring fair.
A lot of our job seekers don't have the opportunity to go to certain businesses, or they're not sure who is hiring or what they're looking for.
And so in Parksville, the Career Center hosts an annual job fair, making some of Oceanside's best employers easily accessible.
This is a great opportunity for us to have our employers all to come together. It gives them the chance to meet one another, to get to talk about their successes. It also is great for the job seekers to be able to come out and meet all of our employers. They can do that one-on-one piece all in one spot. They don't have to go anywhere. They can bring their resumes in. They can do it all here and apply at a number of different employers right here today, which is awesome. In this past year, we've had 1,200 jobs posted on our website, so that really does indicate that there is a need for workers within this area.
But the Career Center is here to help.
So we're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. People can come in and check us out, set up an appointment with an employment consultant, or they can go to our website, www.careercenter.org, or give us a phone call at 250-248-3205.
A great organization in the Oceanside area. Thanks for watching this edition of Go Island. We'll see you next time.
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Center, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.